Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of Assassin's Creed 3, playing a game of Deathmatch. And unlike my last Deathmatch video, this one has a pretty full lobby throughout the entirety of the match. So no 3 or 4 player game of Deathmatch today, which is awesome. In my opinion, it's a lot more fun when you have a full lobby or close to a full lobby. It's also more challenging and engaging. I mean, those 3-player matches just get so boring and dull, in my opinion. Anyway, as you can see, my first target in the upper right hand corner, I'm trying to avoid my pursuer right now. He was fairly obvious running around the rooftops, and right now I have no idea what he's up to, if he's trying to act inconspicuous or if he really just doesn't see me. But either way, I'm going to try to avoid him as best as I can, and I'm trying to search for my target. I cannot find her for the life of me. I mean, I'm just running around here. Okay, now she's right here somewhere, and now she's gone. Okay. Where in the hell is this chick? I cannot find her at all. I mean, we're over a minute in, I can't find my contract, which is pretty horrible. I mean, you want to find your... I mean, if you take over a minute to find your contract all the time, you're not going to score a lot of points. And you're not going to have the opportunity to score a lot of points either, for that matter. Which brings me to an interesting kind of... thing. I'm kind of thinking about this a little bit. In Revelations, the multiplayer matches, they were all slightly different, obviously. They all seem to be of somewhat similar size. I didn't really notice, one map being, huge and another map was small. In AC3, this map right here, the Virginian Plantations, seems to be a pretty big map for Deathmatch. I mean, and when you add in all like the little gazebo there in the middle of the map, you add in the walls like right here, and you add in like the buildings and all that, all those different things that can break up your line of sight. It becomes a lot easier to survive or to hide from pursuers, and a lot harder as a pursuer to find your target. For example, compare this map to the Animus map. The Animus map is so much smaller, and then especially when you add in the fact that it's got the 2 levels. Oh, check this out. Look at that. Again, I totally disagree with this. I do not like the fact that you can poison someone and then still get stunned. Like, I understand poisoning someone's a lot easier because there's no stun prompt anymore. I just don't like that. I don't like you can get stunned. But anyway, that's like a totally other topic here. Back to the map issue. You look at the Animus map, and that's just so much smaller and so much more condensed. And I mean, yeah, they've got like the little underground part to that map, but that's really doesn't really add. I mean, it's just like another level, I guess. It doesn't really add too much size to the map in general. And that map just really feels like a battle royale. I've never really had that much problem finding my targets on that map. This map sometimes, I don't know, like especially this game, I just felt like completely lost. It was like I could just, for whatever reason, my brain was not processing correctly or something. I couldn't find my targets. And like right now, you see me standing here in this moving blend group. What I'm actually doing is I'm in the blend group in the hopes that they're going to lead me towards my target. And as you can see, I'm just like walking into the very, very far corner of the map. So I'm like, hey, this isn't working for me. They were leading me towards my target. She was right there, a little bit too late and a little bit too slow. So it's not really that viable of a strategy on this particular map to do that. To just hop into a blend group and try and find your contract. Look at that, so close again. It's like, man, this is just like a slow start to this match. Fortunately for me though, no one else is really scoring a whole heck of a lot of points, so I'm still in contention in this game. I mean, if someone had like 4 or 5 grand at this point, it'd be very difficult to catch up to them. Look at this guy right here. Could not be any more obvious coming after me. Okay, which brings me to like the second point I want to talk about for this video is general strategy. I suppose this would work for Wanted and other game modes, but this is especially true for deathmatch, and it's the reason why I use poison at the start of every match, and I try and get off a poison kill. I try to get off a poison kill not only for the poison bonus, and because you should have about one pursuer, and your contract's going to have roughly one pursuer, so you're not going to poison your contract, and then someone else is going to intercept that poison. It's less likely to happen in the beginning of the match. I also use poison to try and get out to an early lead, because if you can take an early lead, even if it's just 100, 200 points, the thing with deathmatch is that because you're in a smaller area, and especially if you have a full lobby and whatnot, things are a little bit more condensed. If you take that early lead, you're going to have multiple pursuers trying to find you. Those pursuers are going to have pursuers. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring all the action around yourself, which is what you want to do. You want to be able to find people easily. Look at this right here. I've got pursuers. They're coming after me. Look, my target right here, going to my pursuer on the ground. So it's like the targets, your target, you don't really, if you're in first, I guess, I'm rambling on and on here, but what I'm trying to say is that if you're in first and you have pursuers, they're going to be following you. Those pursuers are going to have pursuers. They're going to follow you. The odds that your target is one of those pursuers, I mean, it's not necessarily like the greatest of odds, but there's still a chance. You're still going to get points from stuns. You're going to have people coming around your position. Your target's going to be coming around your position. You're going to be drawing all the action to yourself, which just makes it a lot easier to get points, essentially. I mean, if you're in 8th place and you don't have a pursuer, and your contract has 3 pursuers, then it's like you're racing to try and kill your target before 2 other people kill your target. I mean, and then at that point it becomes very difficult to not only seize the lead, but then get good quality kills, which is what you want to do. And when you're in first and you can just maintain that lead and have those people coming around you, it's a lot easier, especially if you're playing very stealthily, to build up those that detection meter, try and get those different bonuses, stuns, lures, chains, all that kind of stuff. It's a lot easier to get that when you're in first. So just something to keep in mind if you possibly can, try to get out to a decent lead to start the match off. And like I said, that's one of the reasons why I also use the poison ability as with like my initial setup for deathmatch. And so far I haven't died. That's why I still have the poison as an ability here. I would never traditionally use it this late into a match. Oh, that's beautiful. And as you're going to see right here, I'm going to get taken out by this guy right there, and then I'm going to switch up to Disguise, which is, I touched on this in my last video, but I would argue Disguise is the most important ability to use, and especially with the changes to Smoke Bomb. I still use Smoke Bomb, honestly. I think it's a great defensive tool. There's really no need to use it offensively. Oh, look at that. Perfect. I just walked right into that guy. There's really no need to use Smoke Bomb offensively because there's no stun prompt, but and Smoke Bombs kind of fall from grace, I guess, as being like the ultimate ability in ACR to a decent ability, but not like super overpowered in this game. Makes other abilities like Disguise a lot more worthwhile. That's just my opinion, but... Okay, so as you can see, as I've been kind of rambling on talking about stuff, I guess, I kind of went on a streak there where all of a sudden I could find my contracts, like, all over the place. I was finding contracts, punching people out, getting lucky, a whole ton of kills and whatnot. So this is why I still use Smoke Bomb for that. I mean... Unless you're really quick with knives, or you've got, or if you're really going to stand in one place for a long time, which I don't like doing, by the way. You could use like landmine to stop someone like that charging in, but then you're kind of like tied to where the landmine is. I don't know. That's just kind of my setup. You can see my setup right here. This is my general setup for deathmatch: Disguise, after poison, I switched to disguise, smoke bomb, and then knives. And the knives purely for defense. I'm kind of thinking about maybe using like a pistol to try and help towards like greater variety and extreme variety. But in my opinion, with the knife stun and all that, it's just such a good defensive ability to use. Honestly, that I love knives. I love just sticking with them. But I don't know. Maybe I'll mix in some pistol usage and other abilities in later videos. But as you can see, finished first. Didn't really panic. I mean, that's another thing, too. Don't panic if you're not in first right away or whatever. Just kind of stick with it. Try and still get those good quality kills. And more often than not, you're going to be able to pull out a victory. So, not all that bad, this match there. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you found it informative, helpful, whatnot. So, yeah, thank you very, very, very much for watching. And have yourselves a nice day.